Time to talk Dallas Cowboys football, and you know what that means. Mickey Spagnola is here at the Silver Star Nation. And Mickey, last week, did you see that coming? I mean, they doubled up the Giants. The Cowboys doubled up the Giants, and the Giants, they just look bad. And the one play that comes to mind is, well, actually not a play, but an injury. Daniel Jones, just, the concussion. Oh, wow. Scary moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And, that's kind of the downside when you decide to run your quarterbacks. And I think the Cowboys found that out last year, correct? So, yeah, with the amount of injuries the Giants had, the Cowboys should have doubled them up. They kind of did what they were supposed to do. I didn't expect them to be able to score that many points against the Giants. But again, they get an interception for a touchdown at the end. They got their 2 interceptions in the game, sort of what's been happening every week. So when you catch a team that's a little bit down because of injuries, then you should beat them and beat them bad, and that's what the Cowboys did.
And you talk about interceptions. Trayvon Diggs, how is that ankle? I know they don't seem too concerned about it, but is that going to be a factor against the Patriots?
Yeah, he hasn't practiced these last 2 days, so we'll see what happens on Friday. He's been doing rehab on the side on the resistance cords. He's moving well doing that, but again, he hasn't practiced the last 2 days. Head coach Mike McCarthy said he's not too concerned about it, thinks he'll be able to play on Sunday. So what they might be trying to do is just let him rehab it, don't overuse it, and then be ready to go on Sunday. They don't have to play the game on Wednesday and Thursday.
Well, going into Foxborough, it hasn't been the kindest place for the Cowboys as of late. It's been quite a while to get a win out of there. Do you see that kind of challenge coming up, even though they have a young quarterback like Mac Jones?
Yeah, I think when you go up against a young quarterback like Mac Jones, you want to confuse him with your coverages. You want to get some pressure on him. Make sure that he has to read things faster than maybe he's used to reading. And then offensively, it's always tough to go up against a defense coached by Bill Belichick. He'll come up with some sort of scheme to try to throw him off guard, and they're going to have to be ready. And then the other thing I think they have to be ready for is to adapt. Let's see what he's doing to us, and then can we adjust to try to defeat what he's throwing at the defense. I think that's got to be the mentality going forward for Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott.
Well, if Belichick is able to do that, everybody's going to want that tape because no one has been able to slow that offense, and that offense seems like it's just getting to where it's cooking more and more each week.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's almost not so much maybe the scheme. You got to have the players to be able to match up with the Cowboys. And it's pretty difficult when you have the versatile receiving core that they have. You add in the tight ends and then the running game the Cowboys have with Ezekiel Elliott right now really cooking out there. So again, their ability to adjust to what defenses have thrown at them, so far so good. I'll be interested to see what Belichick has up his sleeve.
Well, offensively for the Patriots, they've been struggling running the football, so I would think that Dan Quinn is thinking about maybe loading up that box and just coming for Mac Jones.
Well, they've done a pretty nice job of putting pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Don't have a lot of sacks to show for it, but they've been able to generate pressure. And the New England offensive line has been a little bit beat up. They've got some guys missing, some guys that had injuries this week. That haven't practiced a lot, so it would behoove the Cowboys to be able to get that pressure on Mac Jones, speed up his clock, and maybe he, will throw you one or two that you can grab.
Dan Quinn, I saw him with a helmet on this week. How much did that endear him to his players? I mean, because you got a coach out there, he's really committed to getting in the mix with those guys.
Yeah, one of the things they were working on, I guess the Patriots' offensive line is known for cut blocking. So they were kind of practicing having to go against that. And he was the guy, he was acting like he was the offensive lineman, and he was the guy going down on the ground acting like he was cut blocking, and he wanted the Cowboys to practice against either pushing the guy down or getting over it or avoiding the cut block. So that was one of the things he was doing, and I think the guys got a kick out of the fact that he had a helmet on, and as Randy Gregory said, you know, probably the last time he played with a helmet on, they were a lot easier to get off than they are these days.
Yeah, and he just earned the respect of his players for the lifetime of his days in a Cowboys uniform or the Cowboys on their coaching staff. As far as the game goes, let's talk about what I talk to you about every week. What do you see, high scoring, low scoring, and how do you think the Cowboys come out of this one?
Yeah, I think that they have the personnel to go up and win this game. But again, it's going to be however they're able to adapt to what Bill Belichick throws at them. And because of his ability usually to come up with some scheme to slow down quarterbacks, the way he did Tom Brady a couple weeks ago with Tampa Bay, I don't see maybe a high-scoring affair, but if the Cowboys can score, say, in the upper 20s, I think they should have enough to win this game.
You know, and I want to see what he does, too, because, you know, he kind of had the inner look on Tom Brady for having him all those years. But Dak is a different beast. I want to see myself how he's going to try to go, how Belichick's going to try to go about trying to slow him down when he's been so hot.
Well, and he's been so hot in this time when he plays them, unlike in 2019, he's not going to have a driving rainstorm on his side to slow down Dak. And as we know, Dak's probably playing the best football of his career. And, you know, the key thing, too, is if you can run the ball the way the Cowboys been running the ball the last couple weeks, that certainly helps your ability to throw the ball, whatever they may come at you with.
That opens up everything. It's going to be wide open, man. Hey, Mickey, thank you for your time. He's Mickey Spagnola.
Okay, Van.
All right. Cowboys and New England Patriots coming up on Sunday. We'll see what happens next time. Until then, we'll see you later.